Welcome to Health Decoded. In May 2026, a totally ordinary cruise ship vacation turned into a tragic medical emergency. 7 passengers contracted hantavirus, and 3 of them sadly lost their lives.
It's just devastating.
It really is. And while it's a heavy topic, we need to have a serious, urgent conversation right now about what this actually means for you and your family.
Yeah, the urgency here is very real. Our goal today is to arm you with practical, life-saving steps. Because, well, while this virus is rare, the severity is just terrifying. But protecting your home from the wild rodents that carry it is something you can actually control.
Right. And, the scary part of that cruise ship outbreak was that the specific South American Andes strain involved, it can actually jump from person to person.
Yes, that's true.
But the strains we're likely to encounter in our own homes or garages, they operate completely differently.
They do. Typically, you don't catch hantavirus from, like, a handshake or someone coughing near you. You get it by breathing in air that's been contaminated by fresh urine, droppings, or nesting materials from infected mice and rats.
So it's essentially this invisible, toxic dust just waiting to be stirred up.
Exactly.
You walk into an old shed, move some dusty boxes, and suddenly you're breathing it in. That brings up a frightening overlap with the early symptoms. Fever, fatigue, muscle aches. I mean, that sounds exactly like a regular flu. How on earth do you tell the difference?
That overlap is incredibly dangerous. The critical differentiator you really have to watch for is what isn't happening. Hantavirus typically does not cause a runny nose or a sore throat.
Wait, really? Just the fever and aches?
Yeah. If you have severe body aches and a fever without those standard head cold symptoms, and you know you've been around rodents, that is a massive red flag.
And the timeline is aggressive, right? Like, after 4 to 10 days of feeling awful, it rapidly shifts to severe breathing difficulty.
Yes, because the lungs literally start filling with fluid. It's a very sudden progression.
Oh, wow.
Because it hits so fast, intensive care monitoring becomes your only option. There is no waiting around to see if you feel better tomorrow. If you experience these symptoms and have been cleaning out a dusty area, you must seek emergency medical care immediately.
Immediately. Okay, so since there's no specific cure and no vaccine, prevention is literally a matter of life and death here.
Absolutely.
Let's say I see mouse droppings in my garage. My first instinct is to grab a broom or the shop vac. Is that enough?
Oh, no, absolutely not. You should never, ever sweep or vacuum dry rodent waste.
Because of that toxic dust mechanism. Like, vacuuming would basically act like a leaf blower, right? It would launch those viral particles right into the air I'm actively breathing.
Yes, it creates a massive immediate hazard. You have to eliminate the airborne dust factor entirely.
Which means we have to weigh the particles down somehow. I'm assuming some sort of wet clean method is the only safe approach?
Wet cleaning is the gold standard. You put on rubber gloves and spray the area heavily with a mix of bleach and water or just a strong household disinfectant. But the step people often miss is the wait time.
Oh, you can't just wipe it right up.
No, you have to let it soak for a full 5 minutes to actually kill the virus.
Oh.
Then you wipe it up with paper towels and throw them straight into the garbage.
5 whole minutes. Okay, that makes total sense. And obviously, we need to seal any holes in our homes, keeping in mind a mouse can squeeze through a gap the size of a pencil.
Yeah, they're escape artists.
Seriously. But what if they're already inside? I always used to think live traps were the most humane option.
Well, health experts strongly advise against live traps for a very specific biological reason. When rodents are caught in live traps, they panic.
Oh, and let me guess, that fear response causes them to urinate.
Exactly, which actively spreads more of the virus-carrying droplets right inside your home. So you really need to use snap traps to eliminate that ongoing contamination risk.
I honestly hadn't even considered the panic response spreading the virus. That is terrifying.
It is, yeah.
Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with one final scenario to think about regarding this toxic dust. Your vehicles or vacation cabins.
Oh, that's such an important point.
Right. An idle car or an untouched shed is the absolute perfect safe haven for nesting rodents. So if you're opening up a cabin for the season or starting a car that's been sitting in the driveway, don't just hop in. Open the doors, air it out for a solid 20 minutes first, and inspect those cabin air filters before turning on the engine or the AC.
Yeah, because the absolute last thing you want is that trapped, contaminated dust blowing directly into your face through the vent.
Exactly. Please remember to always seek a doctor's advice for medical concerns. This is Health Decoded. Keep safe, folks.